Welcome. If you're watching live, I appreciate it. If you're just now catching up with the video, definitely appreciate that as well. I'm gonna try to push it out real quick, share a couple of places, see if we can get a couple of people up here to chat a little bit about some football. I'm also considering doing we're gonna do a salary cap. I think they switched it up on me, the terminology. So we're gonna do a salary cap mock draft as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. That's gonna be fun. So let me tweet this out real quick. So hey, if you're not following me on Twitter, definitely get over on Twitter and follow me. We're going, like I said, chop it up a little bit. 1 second. I need to get better at this. Like I'm really bad at this. It's probably the worst part. Let's see, fantasy football. Hope everyone's having a good day though. Like I said, I want to try to do these every time. Uh, I want to try to do these live streams every Wednesday, even during the season as well. We're just gonna talk football realistically. Like that's what it all comes down to. We just want to chit chat a little bit about football, and I don't know, just to get to know you guys, know your favorite team and everything. All right, put it out on Twitter. So make sure if you're not, follow me on Twitter. Okay, we're gonna get into some good stuff. No more messing around. One more thing, I'm gonna pull up on my phone just so I can check the sound. Okay, yeah, we're there. Okay, the echo's gonna be bad for a second. Okay, so here we go. All right. Also, let me turn down my volume on my phone because it seems like every time I start to record or anything else, all of a sudden people just, "Hey, Mike, what are you doing? Hey, what's going on?" All right, cool. Here we go. We're live. All right, enough of the good stuff, or I don't know, the good stuff, if you will. Sorry once again if it's a little laggy. I've been trying to work on it, or at least trying to fix it somehow, or trying to come up with a way. So what I want to do, we're gonna talk some football, and the process of talking some football, we're also gonna try to do one of these mock drafts for salary cap. Just because, why not? Okay, that's a 10 team. I'm definitely not trying to do a 10 team league. Wow, I don't want to do 10. I'd rather do 12 if I can possibly. I like doing 12. 16 is a little overkill for me, if you will. But 12 is usually my go-to number. I feel like 12 is a good, strong number. That thing stopped moving. Okay, here we go. Pro. I wonder what's the difference. All right, we're going to join this league. So hopefully you guys can see all this and it's working out for you. I just don't want it to lag at all. I'm just checking to see if I got any lag. Seems to run okay. Okay. Let's do a team name, logo, and all that good stuff. We're gonna do YouTube. So YouTube. Probably can't spell all of a sudden. And then we're gonna do footballology. Oh, nice. The room is open. We in there. Save changes. All right. Think the draft is open. But anyways, so it's mock. Okay. So I'm getting this draft room. Like I said, if it's lagging, my apologies. Try not to make it lag, or hopefully it doesn't lag too much, but sometimes you just can't control these things. These things are just out of your control. Alright, where we at? We're picking, or I guess we're picking 10. So we got $200, which is really interesting. But recently I had a friend of mine actually do a mock draft, and they showed me what they paid for all the guys, and I felt like they overpaid for some guys. And they did a not a mock draft, sorry, a salary cap draft, and they paid for some guys, and I felt like they overpaid for some guys. So like I said that, and I'm like, well, I can't truly say that because I haven't done a salary draft in a while. So I was like, let me go try do a salary draft and really get myself in tuned and see if I can get away with not paying was it $74 right now for Christian McCaffrey, and seeing if I can fill in the voids in other spots in my team without actually breaking the bank. So I thought, why not do this on our this weekly's live stream and see what happens, because I don't know, it just seemed like a good idea. Then we got the preseason. Should have been preseason week 3, which in preseason week 3, as we all know, that's when all our starters are playing. That's when, or not all our starters, but our starters are playing for like a good amount of time or a good chunk of time, and that's always exciting to me because week season preseason week 3, they didn't want to come out. It's usually when we get to see what the team is really going to be like, or at least get an identity or an idea of what the team is going to look like. And so, like, this would have been a good week. Well, we got the Lions versus the Dolphins, Patriots versus the Eagles. We would have had the Cardinals versus the Raiders, which would have been a good one, I think, honestly. Got definitely a good chance to really see what Kyler Murray and that new offense would have looked like. Chargers versus Seahawks, Steelers versus Jets. Jets a really interesting thing to me for real, because I just don't know where their identity is like right now. I feel like they're really still trying to search for themselves. Is Sam Darnold our future? Is Le'Veon Bell going to be our feature guy? What do we got to do on defense? What is our identity on defense now? Because we lost Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams kind of gave that defense an identity and a.
Welcome to the best day of the year.
Oh,
draft day.
That scared the crap out of me. Holy crap, that scared the crap out of me. I was not ready for that. Oh, we drafting? Oh, we're drafting. Somebody nominated Saquon? Oh, okay. Somebody nominated Saquon. Definitely not putting any money on that. That man is up there. So, right now, it's literally me and it looks like one other person. So, we're doing an auto. Okay. That is loud. Please tell me I can mute that. There it is. Whew. That was loud. All right. So, Zeke. Yeah, I'm not paying that. I'm kind of mad that it's auto. Like, I really try to avoid auto. Like, I thought we were gonna actually have like a true draft and like have a couple of people in here. But I guess nobody's about that salary cap life. Anyways, but what was I saying? Oh, the identity with the Jets is something that's really intriguing to me as well. Now I gotta stay focused on the draft. So the one person that was in here with us actually left. That's sad. So we're gonna do an auto salary cap draft on live stream. That's kind of frustrating, but we'll see what happens. Christian McCaffrey, I'm not gonna bet on him. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's almost half of your cap. So he's going for about 76. And the only thing I don't like about auto is because we don't get a really good gauge on how people are ranking some players. I feel like some players are just kind of, people would have different rankings or a different value on certain guys, or you wouldn't get that same rush without people really raising up the mock or raising up the draft. I really want to leave this and start a new one. I'm kind of mad. But we're going to stick it out. I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to try to figure it out and just go up against these computers and just watch the computer really roll. I'm really not betting on really high money on anybody, because a lot of these guys, and that's really like the strategy behind the salary cap draft, if you will, or the auction draft, is that it's all about not spending too much, just letting other people burn their bank, burn their money, and then you start coming in and you start getting some really good steals when people really can't contest you anymore for the players that are up on the auction block. So that's usually my go-to strategy. And I always feel like, I know with the mock draft, a lot of people feel like that they get better quality players, or not quality players, but you get a more quality roster because you're not you're not waiting and just doing the normal snake draft. And so with that, I do get it, and I do understand it from that perspective, because then you're not personally keep pushing, like you're not, like say for instance, you're not picking first overall and then not picking again into the last second and the end of second round, so you miss out on like a good chunk of good players. And so it's like that. I get it. I get it from that perspective where a lot of people feel like Cap kind of gives them a better flexible roster, or at least a better, stronger roster, if you will. I feel like I'm gonna mess around to get a quality roster just because I'm going against computer. But then again, computer might just do the damn thing. Who knows? No, I'm not. I almost bid it on Miles Saunders. I do want Miles Saunders for sure, but I'm not gonna reach for that. I'm gonna hold firm to what I'm doing right now. I feel really good. Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 guys that came off the board. So people or the CPU. I'm not gonna say people. CPU is really blowing a lot of money right now. Team 1 and Team 2, uh, really haven't done much of anything honestly. So we'll see. We're gonna keep this train rolling and see what happens. I guess Derrick Henry. Now they're going Clyde. A lot of people were high on Clyde. I don't know. It's not that I hate him. It's just I don't see the hype just yet because he's a rookie and I just don't know what he's gonna be. I know a lot of people are hyping him up, and a lot of people are expecting him to kind of be that Kareem Hunt in our offense and the Chiefs offense. So I can see why people was like, if he's a fraction of what Kareem was in the same offense, then yeah, you're good. Like you're gonna get quality value for sure. I get it. All right, so we're up to nominate. I'm trying. So ideally, at this point, you just want to nominate somebody that people are going to spend their most money on. So I'm gonna go George Kittle. Not have any intentions on getting George Kittle, and I'm just gonna nominate him just to see what happens and let somebody rack it up. And so usually, like if you're drafting and you know who you're drafting with, uh, you can get those people like really good. You're like, I'm just gonna nominate this guy, and the guy obviously be out of round because I mean there's still a round format to it, but the guy will be out of round, and so like you're like, I'm gonna nominate this guy completely out of round, and I'm like, well, he wasn't supposed to be like drafted or whatever until like the third or fourth round, and you nominate him just to force people money to go up. So somebody just bought George Kittle for 37, which I mean realistically that's a good deal when you think about it. That's not bad at all for a tight end, especially one of the top tier tight ends in the league. We got King and Drake up there. Not touching that. Not for no $50+. See, this is what I hate because I feel like if I was in an actual user mock or user draft right now, that there's no way King and Drake goes for 57. Like I just don't see him going for $57. So I'm holding firm. I'm feeling good. Nick Chubb. Ooh, he's sharing a backfield with Kareem Hunt, so I don't feel like I need to. Yeah, I was like I would dive into that, but I don't think I will. Oh yeah, they're going hard. They're going ham on Nick Chubb. There it is. Now his value's starting to raise. 1 second. Oh, that's still Chubb. Okay. So yeah, they're still going. Josh Jacobs. I can definitely see him going for over 40, maybe 50. So I'm just holding firm. I feel good. I feel like there's still running backs that I can get at a decent value without having to pay this kind of money for. Especially because a lot of the opposing teams at this point in time are really starting to fall apart. I mean, like, well, we got Team 4 right here who's about to get Jacobs for $52. Is he? Oh, he got Jacobs for 52. So he's got $36. So realistically, it's gonna be hard for him to be competitive when it comes time to get some other guys. But let's see, what was that team? Where'd he go? Was it Team 4? Okay. So we'll just go look at Team 4's roster. So you got Chubb, Michael Thomas, and that's it. I feel like, hold on, did he not win Josh Jacobs? Now I'm all over the place. No, it's Team 8. Sorry, Team 8. Let's see what Team 8 got. Oh, got Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, and George Kittle. So I mean, he has a pretty good roster thus far. Austin Eckler for $54. Not in that backfield. I'm good. All right, see what else we got here. Joe Mixon. I might have to double on this. Let me get in there. I go 35. Yep. 35 is my threshold. I like Joe. I'm a big Joe Mixon fan. I had him last year, even though he pooped on me. I'm still a Joe Mixon fan, but I'm not gonna pay $50 for him. I feel like I can still hold firm. I'm still gonna get a lot of quality value where I'm at. Like there's still a lot of good players still on the board, and a lot of people are spending money. But teams 1 and team 7, who I'm literally looking out for at this point, because they're not spending any money. Well, I try to get on to Devontae Adams, but that's not happening. So at this point, they're just nominating best available player, and they're just gonna go that route. See Devontae for 50. I'm good. Who's the bid on? Oh, Shaughnessy. Okay. So he got Adams. So O'Shaughnessy's he's out at this point. Still feel like it's good value. Trust me. Trust me. You're like, oh, Mike, you're gonna bid on somebody. You're like, I got it. I got it. We're good. Just chill. But unfortunately, me, Team One, and Team Seven are still right there, and Team Two. Sorry, I just seen Team Two. We're still right there. So when a lot of other players start to come up, it's gonna be really interesting how they're gonna go about bidding. I think when it comes time for me to nominate, I'm definitely going to nominate Patrick Mahomes and see how people freak out about that. See how the CPU freaks out about that. Because I feel like Patrick Mahomes is one of those quarterbacks that you can justify paying $60+ for and not have to feel like you got robbed or feel like you've been robbed. See what we got going on. Kenny Galladay for 30. I should have probably jumped on that Kenny Galladay for 36. Oh, we're good. We're good. Oh, we got Julio. See how high Julio gets. 25 for Julio. 26. All right. Nope. 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 Too rich for my blood. He's gonna hit 40. Yep. There it is. I can't do that. I can't. I can't. Like I love Julio Jones too. Once again, top receiver, legit dude, kills the game. But I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. I know we gotta spend money. Gotta spend money. But we're gonna spend our money. Just give us time. Ooh, Travis Kelce. Let's see if I can get on that Travis Kelce for 20. I'll say 30, 33. George Kittle went for 37. We get Kelce. 30, 38. Do we do Kelce for 39? No, because it's gonna cut into team one's money right now. So I'm good with that. So right now I'm about to shake it up. I'm gonna go. Like I said, I want to nominate Patrick Mahomes. Let's go ahead. If you're like me and I'm drafting in Kansas City, you can do this and get away with it because at this point, like, or you can nominate Patrick Mahomes earlier than you're supposed to because then at that point, a lot of people are going to be like, oh yeah, they're going to freak out and go bid on them like crazy. Okay, so pretty much just broke the system. Okay, there's no way I should have got. Okay, there it is. I was like, there's no way in hell I should have got Patrick Mahomes for $1, but I just did. Okay, I would have lost it. Like I'm like, all right, cool. At this point, our roster is gonna be cheese. I'll take Patrick for 25. I'll take that. Or is it 24? I'll take Patrick for 24. Boom. We got Patrick Mahomes for $24. And we didn't break the bank. Like I'm happy with that. Granted, my running back situation looks a little shaky, but give me time. Just will hang out with me. You'll see in a little bit. But definitely, we're gonna have a decent running back situation. I guarantee you. We're still gonna have a solid roster. Possibly, maybe, hope so. I'm not bidding on some of the top guys. Chris Godwin for 37. I really thought I was about to get Patrick Mahomes for $1 because if I would have got him for $1, it would have been a downhill slide from there. All right, Mike Evans is up. Not touching Mike Evans. Even in a regular standard snake draft, I still wouldn't touch Mike Evans just for the simple fact that Mike Evans is a decent receiver. Granted, he does have Tom Brady. He's a decent receiver, but I feel like I can still get a lot more value either earlier in the draft or later in the draft over him. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Tyreek Hill for 37, 38. What did Mike Evans do? Mike Evans went for 33. Godwin went for 36. Hill's up to 40. We need Team 7 to do something. Team 7 and Team 2 are really holding on to their money right now. And we need them to dip into their pockets a little bit for somebody. There goes Team 4 down a little bit. DJ Moore, I'm good on that. If he stays under 10, I'm betting for sure. Like I'm not gonna let him go for under $10 to anybody. Okay, I would say if he stays under $10, I'm on that for sure. See, Cortland Sutton is still on the board, which is a big receiver. I really like. AJ Brown is still there. Uh, it might not make it back to me because they're doing best available and whatnot. But my next nominee would be Lamar Jackson for sure. I'm just trying. You got to know who you're drafting with in this situation, and that's even in snake drafts as well. Because sometimes you got to overvalue a guy. Like say for instance, because I'm in Kansas City, if I'm drafting with a lot of people from Kansas City, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes have way more value than they would, elsewhere. I mean, granted, Patrick Mahomes might still have his value elsewhere, but here in Kansas City, people are taking Patrick Mahomes top 5. You know what I mean? So like people want that quarterback or want their quarterback on their roster as badly as possible. So knowing who you're drafting with definitely helps you in this situation because then you can nominate players that guys are looking for that they're gonna have to come up out of pocket for if they want. Like you hear guys like, man, I really like this dude, or I'm really a fan of this team, or whatever the case may be. Then you say, okay, I'm gonna make you come up out of pocket because I know you want that guy. I'm gonna force you to spend some dough. So that's all you got to really do at that point is just force people to spend some money on guys that they really want. Like, how badly do you want them? Are you willing to go deep, deep into your pockets, or are you just gonna talk? Are you all talk? So we got Team One really starting to cut into their profits right now, or into their pockets, and Team Seven was the other one, right? I can't see. There he is. Okay, so he still has 200. So right now the highest salary available is Team Seven with 200. What? See, like we don't know what he likes. It's like Team Seven clearly is comfortable with letting a lot of these guys walk. Um, it's not that he's not bidding because you see right there he put $20 on Amari, so he's bidding. He's not about that life, I guess. He's just willing to let people walk. There goes Lamar. That was gonna be my next nominee. So in this case, Lamar. So I got Pat Mahomes for 24. Okay, there we go. Because now I feel like I got quality value at that point. I got Pat Mahomes for 24. Lamar's gonna walk for 27. It looks like. So team two is putting together something because they ain't got no money right now, and they're about to get Lamar. So let's see what team two got. Oh, there's Sutton. We might have to get up on this. They got Allen Robinson, Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, and Lamar. I'm willing to go 31 ish. I'll do that bid right there. All right, team three took him from me. I'm gonna let him have it. I want Sutton. I really want Sutton, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna break. Like I said, I'm not gonna break the bank. I like Sutton a lot, but I still feel like there's guys that I know for a fact that I want out there that right now the only person that's gonna be competitive with me is Team Seven, and that's okay. If I only got one person competing with me, how far are you willing to reach into your pockets versus me for that said guy? So we're gonna leave it at that. All right, so right now Odell's gonna go for about 30. Sutton just went for 30. Juju went for 33. Amari went for 30. So it looks like we're paying about $30. So now I want Cooper Cup. I'm gonna put it out there. I want Cooper Cup. I'm not gonna nominate him right now. So who I'm gonna nominate is I nominate Le'Veon with the hopes of trying to get him at a reasonable price without breaking the bank. We'll see what happens. But realistically, I want Cooper Cup. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on Coop. If I can get Coop for a good price, I'll do it. I'm willing. I'm willing to take that. 22 for Le'Veon, I'll take that. Can I get Le'Veon though for 22? Is that a thing? Oh, there we go. Le'Veon for 22. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, like I said, I want Cooper Cup, but I'm still trying to get Team 7 to dig into his pockets a little bit more. I still got a reasonable amount of money, and I still got a lot of quality players on the board that I can get, I feel like, at a decent price. So, I'm really excited for that as well. Ridley's going for 31. My bad. So, Team 11 is down. A.J. Brown, a lot of people love him this year, and I would not, I thought personally he was the best receiver that came out last year's draft. So I can definitely see why people would be high on him this year. Team 7 got to dig into his pockets right here, right? I'm gonna throw a bid out there, see if anybody takes it from me. I'll take AJ for 25. Oh, I might dug into my Cooper Cup money, so that's kind of frustrating, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm still willing to break the bank for Coop Cup. Leonard Fournette, I'm willing to take Leonard Fournette if he stays under 20. Nope. out of my range. And so really that's what I do. Like when I see a lot of guys or guys that I want, I set a threshold marker and I say, okay, I'm willing to bring you in at this point, but if he breaks a $1 over that threshold, be like, I guess discipline is the word I'm looking for. Be extremely disciplined when it comes to that. If there's a guy you like and you want him, make sure that you set your threshold. Or if there's a guy you like and you really want him, then you just there's no threshold. But if there's a guy you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind having him rostered, set a threshold. In my opinion, you set a threshold, and if it goes a $1 over that, then you walk away. Don't really try to like talk yourself into it. Just walk away. Just let it be. But we finally got Team 7 to buy somebody. He got Fournette. So Team 7 got Fournette for 26, which is a good deal. Robert Woods is up for nomination now. I'm not touching that at all. Like I said, Cooper Cup's my guy. I'm willing to go up to 30 plus dollars for Cooper Cup. Gotta have him. This is a PPR league. Oh, excuse me. So since this is a PPR league, Cooper Cup value to me personally is a lot higher. If it's a standard league, it wouldn't be so high. But at this point, definitely gotta have Cooper Cup. Gotta have him. I feel like he's a must-have receiver on everybody's team. Like he should be able to be drafted by everybody in the league because he's just that good. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my bid out there. Who am I running with? $26 for Coop Cup. 30 was my ideal price. 30 was where I was at. 26. Oh, I love it. I love it at 26. So my next must have or like really want big time is between David Johnson and Jonathan Taylor. I would like to get both of them if possible. So my pockets are gonna go run deep at that point for sure. When those guys come up for or nomination, I'm definitely looking at David Johnson because I feel like he's gonna have a bounce back season. Plus, if you're a footballologist out there, I'm a big DJ fan. I think I say that like at least once every video, but I'm a really big DJ fan. Just so you guys know. And so when it comes time, the pockets are probably gonna go deep for DJ. Jonathan Taylor's my next favorite running back or next must-have running back in my opinion. So pockets might run deep for him. Not 100% sure. But then our depth starts to take a hit at that point too because Team 7 is right there. We got a lot of other teams on the ropes right now. We're the only other team in triple digits outside of Team 7 who only has Leonard Fournette. So at this point, this man's going to be picking up straight up God mode. Legit. Like, he's going to be picking up quality players for next to no money. And so that's what it all comes down to. All right. Let's see what we got. Zach Ertz for 17. Okay. See, I feel like I can definitely get a tight end for a decent price. Oh, for some reason I thought it was gonna be David Johnson. Oh, I was about to cry. All right, so it's Melvin Gordon, which I'm happy with. I'm good with that. Like, go ahead. I'm okay with letting that go. He's gonna hit 30. He has to hit 30, right? 18 from Melvin. That's a steal. I'm not gonna do it though. So Team 2 got him for 17. Good deal. Good deal for sure. All right, I'm gonna just let the team start running it up real quick. See where they at. See where Team 7. I definitely don't want to get in a bid war with him. I'll take that for shit. They're gonna run me up. 21. 21 for DJ. I feel like I kind of paid a little bit too much, but it's fine. Whatever. We're starting to cut into their pockets. Oh no. All right. We're gonna just go randomly DK Metcalf at this point. See what happens. Nominate him for $1. And see what we can do. I'll take DK if he stays under 10 for sure. Outside of that, I won't mess with him. I'll take that. I'll take it one more time just to see what happens. See if somebody takes him from me. I got him at 14. $4 over my threshold. See, I kind of broke the rule right there. I shouldn't have broke the rule, but I broke the rule right there. See, that's what I'm talking about. I do it myself sometimes. I say, okay, this is my cap on him, and then I still go in, I still start betting, and now I might not even get Jonathan Taylor, who I really do want. I really do want Jonathan Taylor on my roster this year. I'm trying to think who else. So there's still, just scrolling down, looking at some of the top players available right now. we still got a lot of good quality players left. So we'll see. Team 7, bro. He's literally about to start getting quality at a buck. Like this man is going to straight Dollar Tree on us in a second. Jonathan Taylor is that must have. He's going to keep placing my bid. Can I get Taylor for 18? How much did I pay for? I got Metcalf for 14. Paid 21 for DJ. I'll take Taylor at 18. So that gives me 3 running backs now. Okay. So my next want to legit have, I like Singletary for sure, but I will take Darren Waller at the tight end position. Devontae Parker was another one too. Russell Wilson, if I can get him for the right price, definitely like to get Russ for the right price. And that would be my backup quarterback situation. Realistically, I don't need Russ, so I might take a flyer on a quarterback. James Conner, not worried about him. So at this point, I'm not dying for anybody. I think a lot of people that I wanted, I already got rostered. And then I think, like I said, Darren Waller, probably my next guy. If I get Russell Wilson, I'm going to try to at a reasonable price. But if I get Russell Wilson, it's legitimately going to be like if it was a real league situation, it would be like trade bait at that point. Like it would just legit just be trade bait. All right. Keenan Allen for 15. Nah, I'll let that walk. About time this man buy somebody. That's his second player. So he got Leonard Fournette and he has Keenan Allen. I mean, that's good, but like I said, that man, he's about to start getting players on a penny now. It's ridiculous. Montgomery went down with a soft, since we're talking news and NFL and training camp news and stuff, Montgomery went down today with one of those, I'm going to say soft tissue injuries because it looked like he slipped and fell. So he probably pulled something as he fell on his groin. And that sucks for sure, but still, I start seeing a lot of players getting pulled out of practice. These soft tissue injuries are just popping up like crazy right now. There's more soft tissue injuries than there are McDonald's in the world right now. That's how crazy it is with this no preseason games, or at least players not just playing. But then also a lot of times it could just be precautionary measures as well because you don't want to run your players too hard, but yeah, you want to run them hard enough to the point where we can simulate the game as much as we possibly can. Terry McCullough for 12. Good deal. Oh, Team 7 starting to get them bundles, them bargains, if you will, them wholesales. Dude didn't spend any money for the first couple of rounds. So now he's really starting to dive deep into it for sure. Swift for 13. There he is. He's starting to dig into them pockets. He's getting value though. At this point, he's getting quality value. He really didn't pay too much for anybody that he's gotten thus far. He's getting his guys where he wants them at the right price. I mean, like I said, if there's guys that you want, then you overpay for them. If there's guys that you like but you're not sure about them, set your threshold, sit back and just let the team play itself out or let the game play itself out. But right now, looking at our roster, Patrick Mahomes at 24, Le'Veon at 22, David Johnson at 21, AJ Brown at 25, Cooper Kupp at 26. Metcalf was I think the Metcalf buy was probably the most frustrating one. I'm not mad about it. I'm obviously I'm cool with it. But Metcalf was probably the most frustrating buy because I was supposed to stop at 10, but I got greedy and hoping that I could run the bet up on him, and somebody ended up not I'm gonna say stick me with him, but somebody ended up just pretty much giving them to me at this point. So it's all right, that's cool, that's fine. I'm not mad about it, but I'll take it, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I stick to that. Tyler Boyd. That's an interesting one. Under 10. I'll take him for 9. I'll get Boyd for 9. Yeah, I'll take Boyd for 9. Yeah, why not? Under 10. I thought 7 was gonna run me up, but he didn't. He just said, "All right, it's yours." I'll take him $9. That's a good deal for me. All right, we got nominated player. Stephon Diggs is the primary target in Buffalo. I'm gonna go Russ. Just see if I can run up. Nobody's gotten a quarterback. There's only two quarterbacks that came. Oh shit, hold on. I feel like when I select them, like it nominates them, but there's only been like two quarterbacks that came off the board between Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes. So I was like, let's see if we can get somebody to run up these quarterbacks. Russ is one of those premier quarterbacks that you can get. Oh, $5. We're letting Russ walk for five. Oh no, I can't do that. That's just pride talking right there. I'll take it for six. Fuck it. Probably shouldn't have done that, but that pissed me off. Like, nobody to watch Russell Wilson go away for $5. Oh, Darren Waller. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to dig into the pockets. Darren Waller is definitely one of my tight ends, but they also been talking about Cole Clement. I think I said that right in Chicago. Jimmy Graham also being in Chicago is also an option too. So the tight end position, I feel like I can go find me another sleeper tight end. I got really lucky with Darren Waller last year and how he went off. I got Darren Waller this year too, apparently, in this mock draft. So I'll take it. What else? It works for me. That's funny. All right, Ronald Jones for 10. I'm good. So right now, well, we got four receivers, we got three running backs, two quarterbacks, accidental quarterback. But I'll take it, whatever. Deshaun Watson. Is it Deshaun for four? Okay, so many people spend so much money early that to the point where you're not spending anything now. And I don't know what Team Seven is waiting on at this point. He's that one guy in the draft that just literally waits until the very end to start betting, and then like all of a sudden, I spent $2 on this guy. Like he just that goofy guy that just started doing goofy stuff and saying goofy things. It's like, all right, guy, we get it. You didn't buy anybody early. Uh, I'm just looking, just glancing, trying to see if I see anybody that makes sense at this point that I would like. Oh, gotta have. Nah. Tevin Coleman, that would be really interesting, but I just don't know what to expect out of San Fran this year as far as their backfield goes. Okay, did not mean to hurry it up like that, but I did. No offense, also another tight end. Carson Wentz is probably going to be my quarterback this year. I was looking for a Carson Wentz with maybe a Drew Lock 1-2, but Carson Wentz for sure being my go-to guy. Now we're spending money all of a sudden. Jesus. AJ Green? I can get AJ under $5. I'll take it. Oh, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, all right. No, we're done. We're done. Too rich for my blood. But I definitely do want AJ Green. Don't get me wrong. AJ for $8. AJ for $8. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do AJ for $8. Just because maybe he have a bounce back year. I got a lot of possibly bounce back players this year. Got Le'Veon Bell, who should hopefully comes back, to form. David Johnson, we're hoping to come back to form. Darren Waller, we hope that can like repeat his season. AJ Green, obviously, you guys know that he got banged up. No, I did not need. I did not need Devontae Parker. Why did I just do that? I did not need that receiver. Oh, I am not paying attention. I am not paying attention at all. And I forgot I got Tyler Boyd too. All right, I am clearly not in this draft. Oh my God. Okay. So at this point, we just need a running back and another tight end, and we're done. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, that was bad. That was all bad for business right there. I have no idea what I was doing. I was not paying attention. That's for sure. Okay, so we don't need a quarterback. I said running back. Let's go look at some running backs that we possibly would be running it up on. Cam Akers. I keep thinking about that. Maybe. But once again, that's Chicago, or not Chicago. The LA backfield just seems so inconsistent right now, so I'm not sure what to do there. Gibson. Gibson would be a guy that I would pay that buck for. Considering what I have currently at the running back position, I got DJ, I got Le'Veon, who are my starters, and then my backup is Jonathan Taylor. I'll take a flyer on Antonio Gibson just because I feel like I can get away with that because of what I have in front of him. Um, Sony Michel be another guy to take a flyer on. AJ Dillon. I'm so mad that he went to Green Bay because I feel like any other team he would have been relevant on, but Green Bay is just not the right place for him. Devontae Freeman. I want to roster Devontae Freeman, even though he's still a free agent. For some reason, I want to roster him for a while, so I might end up just leaving a roster spot open for him. And then we're going to the tight end position. OJ Howard could be a guy that you can just sit on and wait for. Chris Herndon, I keep hearing good things about him and what he's doing. Then we'll get Grunt for $1. Montgomery for 9. Okay. I messed up. So for one, I shouldn't have bid on AJ Green because I had Tyler Boyd. And then I bid it on Devontae Parker, who would have replaced my AJ Green. So I'm all over the place. I messed that up big time. I'm gonna do Gesicki for $1. I need a tight end, and nobody's gonna bet on Gesicki. They don't let me walk with that. And then at this point, I'm gonna go get my defense. Looking at some of the defenses in the league right now, the Colts are probably one of my favorite defenses they're trying to roster this year. And then I was looking at some of the Redskins and if the Redskins can live up to their potential on defense alone, they're going to be a top 10 defense. So we obviously got Chase Young, who isn't a first round pick or top 5 pick, top 3 pick guy. And then we got Jonathan Allen, we got Payne, we got Ryan Kerrigan still there, Landon Collins in the back end of the defense. I'm not sure what Reuben Foster is as far as the team goes, but I feel like easily Washington, looking at their roster, have an opportunity. If worst case scenario, be reckless and just dangerous up front. Worst case scenario. So I feel like the Colts and the Redskins are two teams or two defenses that personally I think should be rostered this year. And hopefully the Redskins games are low scoring. That's when a guy like Antonio Gibson or AP comes into play, or even Bryce Love possibly, where you don't have to spend a lot, or like I guess in this situation spend a lot of money, but get those guys like that. And here goes Team 7, just doing whatever he wants. I literally got $12 left, and I'm so frustrated now. But we're good. We're good. I'm not stressing. Kyler Murray. I wonder if he can. I feel like a lot of people are expecting him to kind of do the second year thing. So we've seen Pat Mahomes in technically his second year in the league get the MVP and go off. We've seen Lamar Jackson in his second year get the MVP, had a go off year. So I think a lot of people are projecting the same thing for Kyler Murray. Second year mobile quarterback who, is going to take the league by storm and win the MVP. So I can definitely see Kyler Murray probably having an explosive year this year, and a lot of people leaning that way as far as picking him up. So we got Tyler Higbee. He's legitimately going for $4. Like the computer won't break the threshold at all. Like they're like, this is that. What else? So we got our tight end. Kicker wise, reliable Mr. Justin Tucker. That's my go-to guy every year. Justin Tucker. Gotta have Justin Tucker. If I ain't Justin Tucker, and I don't care. I don't know why, but I've literally had that man like probably 3 to 4 seasons now. I always find a way to get him back on my roster. Excuse me, but I always try to find a way to get him back on my roster somehow. He's one of my favorite kickers for sure. Probably, obviously, he's the best kicker in the league. Harrison Buckner would be another one too. So like right now, what I'm looking at as far as what I want, I got my second tight end. Got too many receivers. So Antonio Gibson is going to be my running back, my fourth running back, and then I would go with Justin Tucker and Colts defense, or Justin Tucker and Redskins defense, or same thing, Harrison Buckner, Colts defense. Those are the like specialties, if you will. That's what I would want on my roster at this point in time. Deebo Samuel, obviously, I think he has a lot of good upside value, just all around, because what they did in the Super Bowl, you could clearly see they want to use him in a run game. So I can definitely see him being valuable just in general, like a quote-unquote flex, if you will, because that's what he's going to be. Same thing can be said for Cordell Patterson, because they were talking about that with Montgomery going down, but how Cordell Patterson was getting both work at running back and at wide receiver. So it's like, why not go that route too with Cordell and see what he possibly could do for your team. I don't know if he would be a consistent week-to-week starter, but I would personally start Deebo over him just because I feel like Deebo would actually get his touches as far as carrying and catches. Who we got? Mark Ingram. Yeah, I'm not touching that. I'm just looking at some of these nominees. I'm just not feeling it. And then like when we go to like, all right, so if we go to RB and then we go to the Ravens second or running back situation, they are crowded back there. So Justice Hill was supposed to be a guy that was supposed to be a really good, interesting pickup for them last year that a lot of people were ranting and raving about. But now they got J.K. Dobbins. You got Mark Ingram obviously still there. And then Gus Edwards. It's like they're just too crowded in the backfield. Not saying that not owning one, but I guess it would be the equivalent to like the New England Patriots backfield. Like we just don't know what we're gonna get out of them. And we obviously want Lamar. Everybody wants Lamar, and then you can make a case for Marquise Brown. But that Ravens running back situation, you want to say Mark Ingram because you say worst case scenario, Mark Ingram gets goal line touches, so you're getting your points that way. But then if he becomes touchdown dependent, that kind of takes away with all the other points you can get. Like at that point, you better off going J.K. Dobbins because you know at least he's going to get probably more catches than Mark Ingram, and he's going to get between the 20 yards, and then he might bust one big and get a touchdown. So I'd rather take my chances of getting yards between the 20s and taking those points that way because as far as catches, especially we're talking PPR, so as far as catches and yards, I'd rather take it that way than go the route of like trying not to just missing out and just hoping that my guy gets a touchdown every time he's down in the red zone. And hopefully, he's healthy or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna go Colts nominate. I'm gonna just do a Colts defense nomination, and no one's gonna contest me on that. That's fine. I like the Colts defense a lot this year. The Colts and the Redskins are two defenses. Like I said, I keep looking at them and what they have brewing in both rosters. They have a chance to be some good top 10 defenses. Have a chance. Not saying they will be, but I'd rather take my chances with them. Or even, obviously Cleveland as well. You can make a case for Cleveland and then Chicago. So there's a lot of other defenses out there that can easily be made a case for. But I think as far as like value and me not overpaying for anything or people like trying to contest me for, like people are going to contest you for the Niners because everybody thinks the Niners defense are going to repeat what they did last year, which is fair. Same thing for could be said about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills. But then like the Colts, nobody's talking about the Colts defense. No one's going to talk about the Redskins defense, and especially like right now, the Washington football team, they're going through so much more or so many other things, so no one's talking about what that defense could possibly be. So I feel like that defense has the potential to be a really great defense. So I would rather go that route and just have the defense or like I don't know, sneak the defense. That's what I'm trying to say. I'd rather just sneak the defense out the back door where no one's actually talking about them. Tom Brady. Somebody's gonna like. I feel like if I would have nominated him early in the situation, I don't think he goes for $2. But right now he's gonna go for $2. And Team Seven still has way too much money at this point in time. Like you can't justify when the draft is like halfway over and you don't have. I don't know. Let's see what his roster looks like though. Maybe his roster is lit. So he got Prescott, he got Fournette, he got Swift, he got Allen, he got Chark, Terry McCullough, Hackers, Gallups, Diggs, Brown, Crowder, Debo. His roster is almost full, yeah. So at this point, he's just gonna overpay for something, I guess. I don't know, or just have money in his pocket later. Hunter Henry, that's an upside tight end that once again you can make a case for to just like hold off on and say, okay, I'll get that guy. Let's see what we got. I love my roster. I'm not gonna lie. I have the little blunder in the middle there with AJ Green situation and Devontae Parker, but overall, I really like this roster and where it's at right now. Uh, yeah, I'm not. Obviously, everyone feels like their roster is a winning roster, but come on, like if Le'Veon Bell and David Johnson just return to form, and then with Patrick Mahomes just increase a little bit on what he's been doing, bruh, like come on, like Cooper Kupp, come on, like there's no way in hell this roster couldn't go off. Oh man, yeah. There's just no way. Like, come on, this roster is gonna go dummy off. Ain't nothing wrong with my hamstring. Watching NFL Network in the background. They're talking about Le'Veon Bell because I guess he did get pulled from practice. So I heard a lot of people were making like speculations about that too, about him being pulled for practice. And I think somebody tweeted him or something. Some crazy stuff went down. So I was like, oh, well, I mean, if it happens, it happens. You can't do anything about it. Daryl Henderson. Okay. Definitely not betting on that. All right, so we got our defense. We know who our kicker is going to be. We already know who our flex slash new running back is going to be, which is definitely going to be Antonio Gibson, unless Team 7 just comes out of nowhere and just like smack us with like a whole bunch of money because he wants them. But I think he filled his last skill position spot. So the only thing he has left is kicker at this point in time. Marlon Mack, he is way down there now. It's so crazy because at the beginning of like the year before like or pre-draft, everyone's like, well, Marlon Mack is gonna bounce back. He's gonna kill it. The Colts offensive line and the way they run the ball and everything. And personally, not to sound like a hater, but Marlon Mack to me personally, I just never felt like it was like that good. But I just think it showed how good Quentin Nelson. I've never seen this since I've started watching football, and maybe someone out there has, and maybe you guys could just let me know what you think. But a guard having that big of an impact on the overall offense, oh my God, Quentin Nelson took that offense to a whole nother level. Now, granted, they already had guys there like Ron Kelly, and Mac was there obviously, but just the way that it felt like that team did a complete 180 on offense, how the Colts were, I guess you could say, quote unquote finesse team, and then all of a sudden now they became like a true running team, a team that just literally shoved it down people's throat. It was just crazy. Like I don't understand how one guard had that big of an impact on the roster like he did. I wish I could bet on Carson Wentz right now, but I'm not. But Carson Wentz will definitely be on my roster for sure this year. I don't see myself getting Pat Mahomes. All right, so we're just gonna nominate our boy Antonio Gibson. No one's gonna contest, and that's fine. Definitely happy with that. But Antonio Gibson is a guy that I really want to roster this year because I feel like that what he's going to possibly bring to, if I can nominate him. I seriously thought I nominated him every time I hit select, but I don't. Okay. Anyways, but I seriously feel like he's going to bring some literally skill playing or a whole nother level playing to the Washington football team offense. I did not want to come out either. But I feel like he's definitely going to be a quality player, something that I haven't seen before. And so realistically, all three of my four backs. I mean, you can make a case for Jonathan Taylor, obviously, but three of my four backs are very same skill set. So Le'Veon Bell is a guy that can run between tackle, outside the tackles, and catch the ball really well out of the backfield. Same thing can be said for David Johnson and Antonio Gibson, where he's coming from Memphis, and what he did in Memphis, he did some of the same similar things. Played some receiver, definitely played some running back. Has that frame like a running back, so you move him to running back, but then yet he still has a skill set of wide receiver. Same thing, like I said, David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell. I love those guys. Those guys are the new age receiver or the new age running back, if you will. Same thing could be said, obviously, Christian McCaffrey, but these guys are like the new age running back. So if I have three of them, and if Gibson turns into what he's supposed to be, oh my God, I can move pieces, bro. Like I can move pieces. I got a roster. Like I got Russell Wilson that I can move to bring in some bodies. If you say, oh, okay, Mike, you're weak at the receiver position. All right, cool. I just move Russell Wilson and like Tyler Boyd and go get me a premier receiver for somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I still have an options to do things like that. I need to nominate a kicker. I just need a kicker at this point. I think the same thing. Oh, he's going to. Okay, I was like, the same thing could be saying for Team 7. He's going Pittsburgh defense, which is a quality defense. He got him a stud defense. If those edge rushers stay on par like they're supposed to be, it's going to be scary for sure. It's going to be so scary. Okay. Sterling Shepard. Let's see what else. Let's go look at some of these games. So the Colts versus the Bills, that would have been a good game. I think that would have been a good test for Phillip Rivers against that Bills defense to definitely see what he would have looked like at that point. And then Jacob Eason, see what he looked like. Like, no one's talking about him. Now, obviously, he's not going to start this year because of Rivers, but Eason might be onto something. Like, he might be that guy. But I'm also a Chad Kelly fan, too. So, if If you're a Colts fan, I'm a Chad Kelly fan for sure. Hopefully he can just stay out of trouble. Would be great. And then obviously we would have Josh Allen against the Colts defense. Would have been a good matchup as well. And then we would have the battle of the defenses here, the Niners versus the Bears. And what that would have looked like. Jimmy Garoppolo, I think that man needs to have one of the best seasons of his whole entire life ever through all forms of football. Excuse me, through all forms of football because he has to show and prove to a lot of people that he's still a relevant quarterback and can be a high level performing quarterback. I think Green Bay, or not Green Bay. I think the Giants probably would have lost this game here if Green Bay comes out, but it would have been a good chance for us to see Jordan Love and how many reps he would have got with the ones, because it might have been that game where Matt LaFleur would have been like, "Yo, Jordan, we're gonna have you run with the ones a little bit," and everybody would have just blew it up like crazy, and turned nothing into something like crazy. Would have had Tampa Bay versus Tennessee, and that would have been a good matchup for sure. Chiefs versus Dallas, battle of the quarterbacks there for sure. Just like Dak, like I'm worth the money kind of type stuff game. And then we would have had the Washington football team versus the Jaguars. I like to see that defense once again and what that defense is going to be capable of doing. All right, J.K. Dobbins. I'm just trying to make sure nobody nominates Justin Tucker. We'll probably missed out on him already. And then yeah, that would have been it. I guess this would have been last week. Hold on, I'm on the right week. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right week. Nah, I feel stupid. Yeah, because it's 5, 4, and then okay, what happened to 5 and 5 then? Okay, whatever. That makes literally no sense to me. But anyways, so yeah, that would have been some good games, especially like I said, week 3 of the preseason and everything that would have came, what that would encompass personally, what it would have been like just to see a lot of team starters, and ideally, like I said, you don't get to see teams defense or teams starters through the first 2 weeks, and then obviously week 4 you won't see them at all. But that week 3 game gives you an idea of what your team is going to truly look like and be like, all right, let's just go and get Tucker, and then we're going to end this. But it would have gave you an idea of what your team really was going to look like as far as defensively and offensively and special teams wise. I think the biggest mistake, I think it was like 2 years ago. It would have been about like 2 years ago when Trubisky and Mahomes, that whole draft, and Deshaun Watson. So Trubisky doesn't play in the preseason like he's supposed to for some reason because Matt Nagy thought it was a good idea. And I thought to myself, that's the worst decision you can ever do for a young quarterback, especially if you're projecting him to be your starter going into the regular season. Granted, you don't want to get him hurt. I get it from that perspective. But he needs those reps. Like, he needs every rep. Like I said, if you're projecting him to be your starter come week 1 of the regular season, get him as many reps as you possibly can week 1, week 2, and week 3 of the preseason. I'm not saying have him run, with the third or the second or third stringers. But what I'm saying is have the ones run a little bit longer than you normally would if he was a veteran quarterback. And I think that had a bigger impact on his development that a lot of people are not talking about. He just never had a chance to develop. And I think they did it again in another preseason where they didn't run him in the preseason. It's like, why wouldn't you run him in the preseason? Like, he needs those reps. He just needs those reps. I don't get it. I really don't. But that's why I'm on this side of the camera and not on the sideline or anything like that. So looking over our roster real quick: Pat Mahomes, Le'Veon Bell, David Johnson, AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp, Darren Waller, Metcalf, Colts defense, Justin Tucker, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Boyd, Russell Wilson, AJ Green. That AJ Green, that makes me mad. Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki for fun, and Antonio Gibson for fun. Those last two are pretty much fun guys. If they blow up, then I'm right there with it. You know what I mean? But if they're releasable players, and everybody has a roster like that where they just have releasable players. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the draft. Yeah, this thing's about to go smoothly quick. That's probably going to be the end of the stream as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Some just chit chat. Like I said, I want to do these streams every Wednesday. I'm trying to aim for 5 o'clock Central Time. So if you guys are around and if you're not doing much, definitely stop through, chit chat. Let's hang out, have a good time. I think personally this season's going to happen. I think the more and more I start to look at everything, and the more and more everything is starting to kind of, I'm not gonna say calm down, but things are starting to kind of balance out, if you will. I think the season will happen, and it's going to be a really good season. Uh, I'm excited for football. I got my real actual fantasy draft coming up. And if you guys didn't hear about it in the last video, I'm doing one for the footballologist. So definitely comment below if you're interested in that, or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, and we can definitely get that thing cracking. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for stopping by, watching the video, checking it out. If you like it, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel so they become a footballologist.